Over the course of the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you how bookkeepers just like yourself are able to rank at the top of Google Maps, the first page of search, as well as now in AI searches utilizing local, on-page, and off-page SEO strategies. So let me go ahead and share my computer screen and we'll jump right in. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the search term bookkeeper in Baltimore and help you figure out how websites are able to get to the first page of search results. That being said though, if you want to learn a little bit more about your website in particular and how to rank more effectively for the cities and towns that you're trying to rank within, go ahead and fill out our free SEO evaluation request and somebody on our team will send you a video back within 24 hours just like this. But that being said, let's jump right in. So if we look at the search term bookkeeper in Baltimore, Maryland, there's two places that a business can appear organically on the first page of search. There's what's called the Google 3-pack, which I'm highlighting right here and is controlled by local SEO. And then there's the first 8 slots of a Google search result, and that's controlled by elements of what we call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. I first want to cover on-page SEO since I think that's what most small business owners and marketers associate search engine optimization with. So to do that, I'm going to take a look at this website and how Charles Kringle was able to get to the first page of search. So I actually went to his website, I copied the primary domain, right? This domain right here, and I went back to Google and I typed in site : and then entered the website address. And I did that because it allows me to see all the pages that Google is currently ranking for his website as well as other search engines. And what I'm looking for are examples of search engine optimization. So ultimately you can kind of find that by taking a look at a company's meta tag title and meta description, and you start to see like what some of their SEO keywords are. So I bet you if we looked at succession planning, we would understand that he is trying to rank for succession planning for businesses in Maryland, which I think is phenomenal, right? Because I think this is a great example of what separates websites that rank versus websites that don't. A lot of times people will just have the search term succession planning, and it doesn't tell you, where they do that, who they do that for, or what that even means, right? So in this case, he used what's called a long tail keyword, something that's a little bit more descriptive. So he said, I do succession planning, but I do it for businesses, and I do it in the state of Maryland. And I think that ultimately helps him to rank more effectively. Again, you can look at that for tax preparation. He does tax preparation, but he does it in Maryland, and he does the surrounding areas in Baltimore, right? And that's ultimately, I think, the crux of on-page SEO. On-page SEO is making sure that you're using a descriptive keyword, and that descriptive keyword is in your meta tag title, your meta description, and the content of the website page itself. So if you looked at bookkeeping services, again, he's saying, I offer bookkeeping services in Maryland. If I go to the his search result, you can see it's in the meta tag title, it's in the meta description. And furthermore, when you go and you start to take a look at the page and we look for bookkeeping, look how many times he references bookkeeper in Maryland as well, right? Strategic throughout the text as well. And that is a great example of on-page SEO. Now, another way that a business can get to the first page of search results is by also focusing on what's called their Google Business Profile and local SEO. So for that, we're going to take a look at Hill Bookkeeping and Consulting and how they got to the top slot. Now, we all understand that Google reviews are important, right? The more reviews you have, the easier it is to rank. But in the absence of reviews, there are 4 other things you could be working on within your Google Business Profile to help out. So those 4 kind of start very simple. The first one is just uploading photos. The more photos you have that are being uploaded to your business profile, the easier it is for your website to rank. Now, the thing about uploading Google Business Profile photos is you want them to be descriptive. Don't just upload photos from your phone or your desktop without changing the file name. If you think about it, it's just like an on-page SEO keyword, right? The more descriptive that photo can be, the easier it is for Google to understand and rank your Google Business Profile. So in reality, something like this that was uploaded 5 months ago could be like bookkeeping and consulting services in Maryland that help your business thrive. I know it sounds kind of silly, but again, that's a very descriptive search term, allows Google to understand what they have to offer. The second thing we want small business owners to understand is that you can upload what are called Google Business Profile posts. A Google Business Profile post can be an update, an offer, or an event. And in this situation, again, it's important to be descriptive from an SEO perspective. So here, as like an update for Hill Bookkeeping and Consulting, you can kind of see that they said, in the world of business, every penny counts, right? Now, the thing that we would kind of say about this Google Business Profile post is, while it's great that they have it, should have been a little bit more descriptive. It could have been something as simple as saying as a Baltimore business owner, right? Or as a business owner in Maryland. But if they can be a little bit more descriptive, it helps them to rank more effectively within the Google 3-pack. Now, the other two parts to the Google business profile are definitely less noticeable, right? The first one is called products and services. As somebody that manages or owns your business, you can submit your own products and provide descriptions for them. Again, Hill Bookkeeping and Consulting did this, and I think they did a great job because you can see all the services that they offer. It's an engaging photo, and then they have their descriptions. But the second one is definitely a little bit less noticeable, and that's called questions and answers, which is why I'm going to bring over MarketKeep's Google Business Profile. So as somebody that manages or owns your business profile, you can actually submit your own questions and respond with answers to them. So if you think about it, all the questions that you get in your contact form, on the phone calls, maybe the ones that kind of come up in the first appointment with potential clients, those are all things that you should be putting within your Google Business Profile to help it rank more effectively. And I think that makes a huge difference. If you do that effectively, you can definitely find yourself within the Google 3-pack. Now, the last thing when it comes to search engine optimization, and the one that I think separates the businesses that are at the top of the Google search results versus the ones that are on the bottom of the first page, and definitely the ones on the second and third, is something called off-page SEO. And off-page SEO really refers to the number of websites that are linking back to you. A lot of people hear that and just go and say, all right, well, the more websites that link back to me, the better. That's not what I'm saying. It's always about quality versus quantity. Now, the great thing about off-page SEO is you can actually track it, right? And you can figure out just how many backlinks your website needs. So in this situation, we got the search term bookkeeper in Baltimore. And we understand that's actually a very easy keyword to get to the first page search, right? So in reality, you don't need to go out and buy 500 backlinks. You just need to be effective with search engine optimization. That being said, there's definitely some easier backlinks to obtain. So if we, again, take a look at Hill Bookkeeping, we can actually see all 88 websites that are linking back to them. And they typically fall into a couple categories. The first one I like to call local citations, places that you can list your business's name, address, and telephone number. So that could be like the Better Business Bureau, yellowpages.com. Then you have things that we would kind of call are like recommendation style backlinks, right? So maybe there's like a top 10 list for accounting and bookkeeping services or something along those lines. That's where you get a BaltimoreMagazine.com, the Scout Guide, right? Those type of websites that can kind of rank you. And then the last one we just kind of call like just backlinks in general, right? Like these are sites that just kind of link to you organically, whether it's through your local citations, the content that you're writing, or maybe somebody talking about you. But if you can do those type of backlinks, it helps your website get to the first page of search results. Now, if you have any further questions regarding search engine optimization, you want to learn a little bit more about our services here at MarketKeep, again, just feel free to fill out that free SEO evaluation request and somebody on our team will get in touch with you. But thanks again for reaching out, and I wish you the best of luck with the business. Thanks a lot and take care.